Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports, coach and trailer sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. How are you? It's good to be back on here, and we have a brand new, I'm so proud to say that, brand new Renegade 2025 model XL. This is the X45 DBM. So brand new XL, and it hadn't rained at all today. We'd literally pull this out of the detail bay. You know, everything that goes through our shop gets one step polished, wheels polished, the whole bit. And it hadn't rained at all. We pull this thing out here, I no more than shut the key off. And it was like Mother Nature unloaded 10 5-gallon buckets of water on top of this thing. So anyways, it's good and washed off now for sure. Brand new 2025 Renegade XL, X45 DBM, quad slide. This is kind of like a couples coach. This is set up with the theater seating in the front and then the master bed, the king bed in the back. Really sleeps like two. That's kind of it. Now, of course, we could take the theater seating out and put in a sofa, you know, that turns into a bed. The XL is the models on the Renegade. You know, it starts out Valencia, then it goes Verona LE, Explorer, Classic, and XL. So XL's at the top. Used to, you had the Icon. Remember the Icon was at the top? When they discontinued the Icon model or dropped that line, now the XL is there. So full aero cap, Freightliner Cascadia chassis with a 600 horsepower Detroit DD16. This one has the 12-speed auto shift, so the DT12, Detroit 12-speed in it, and such a smooth running combination. That 600 horsepower DD16 paired up with the 12-speed DT12 Detroit transmission. And another cool part is they're all, you know, Daimler products. So Freightliner, the engine manufacturer Detroit, and the transmission manufacturer all owned by the same people, which is, you know, in my opinion, a kind of a cool way to do it. Michelin tires. This coach has 565 miles on it. So that's basically delivery miles, 565 miles, 120 gallons of fuel there, right underneath the driver's door. Tons of storage, dual inverters. It's got the 4 lithium batteries, huge game changer lithium battery setup on it. Again, this thing is loaded hard with nice options. Full body paint. So this is the Eclipse. If you're looking at new Renegades and you're trying to pick your paint out, this is the Eclipse. So it kind of is black, you know, a little darker across the top. And then it has like a combination of kind of a titanium with some charcoal gray here and there. Beautiful paint job on this thing. We had Bad Chad and his brother John, straight out of Ocala, Florida, putting the shine to them. So those guys use like rotary machine, old school buffing on the wheels, or polishing per se with jeweler's rouge. Like this is old school polishing, and it works. Gen Y hitch on the back, 40,000 pound towing capacity. It's already set up with the glad hand connections there. That's where the 2 brass caps are. So if you need those, they actually come with the coach. They're in one of the storage bays over here. It's got your 7-way plug if you're towing a tow vehicle or a trailer. And then it's also pre-wired for Voyager cameras. So if you have a camera on the back of your trailer, or you ever have plans of putting one on there, all that's already pre-wired. We went ahead and ordered this one with hitch cam, and then it also has the backup cam. Now, the XL model, you know, when they dropped the Icon line, they did incorporate a lot of Icon features over to the XL. For instance, one of the things is the like 360 view camera system. So this has got cameras on the right, or the driver and passenger side, and then it's got one on the rear that I just showed you. It's also got one up here in the front. I think it's actually mounted in the grill. Let's see. Yeah, right there. So that's a camera. So you get like a 360, you know, I know some manufacturers refer to it as like the bird's eye view, but that is just it. The touch of the screen right there in the cab. So that's cool. And that's just one of the many features they brought over from the Icon. Another one's the 600 series Aqua Hot, which I'll show you here in just a minute. But anyways, loaded, 4 slides, king size bed in the back, bath and a half, brand new 2025 Renegade XL X45 DBM on the model in the Eclipse paint. Just enough, black with enough of the silver, a little bit of chrome to kind of make it stand out. It's a really, really sharp coach. So hang around just a moment. I'm going to open the storage bays. I'm going to show you under the hood. We're going to open the cab. It's got heated and cooled seats in the cab. How cool is that? They're both air ride, heated and cooled. So give me just a moment. Hit that subscribe button while we're transitioning and opening everything up here. ChaseCoach.com for all the photos. And again, if you're already a subscriber of our channel, thank you. We greatly appreciate it. And if you're not, join the fun. So we buy, we sell, we trade. We do some consignments, but mainly buy and sell and trade right here in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. All right, I'll be right back. Well, a little different look because the weather, it's getting a little rowdy out there. Kentucky weather, I don't know, something with it this year. Been interesting for sure. All right, back to the new XL. We'll start off over here in the passenger side front bay. It's going to be the 600D Aqua Hot. So if you're not familiar with Aqua Hot, it's a very complex yet so very simple system. It uses boiler antifreeze. It heats it up either with a diesel burner or with electricity. Now, where does it get the electricity from? Either your generator or if you're plugged into shore power. It does require 50 amp service. So you've either got to have the generator running or you've got to be plugged into shore power. And what it does, it heats that antifreeze up to a near boiling temp and basically runs it through these little miniature looking radiators through the coach. And then a little fan blows air across them and it makes hot air because the antifreeze is hot. If you're, taking a shower and you're using the sink and you're needing hot water, it does a very similar thing. So it takes the boiler antifreeze, runs it through this heat exchanger next to the fresh water and makes the fresh water hot, thus creating hot water. All right, that's like the basic overview on the Aqua Hot. Next bay up is going to be a big bay. So this bay actually runs through, so you can see it goes all the way over to the other one next to it here. This one has the Dometic cooler. So this is a dual zone cooler. You can chill your beverage of choice or beverages of choice, or you can turn it into a deep freeze. You can do deep freeze on one side, a chiller for drinks on the other, 2 chillers, 2 deep freeze. You can set it up there. It's easy to adjust, has a little digital thermostat to set it. Next one up is just a storage bay. It does have a 110 volt outlet. I like that because adding an outlet to one of these compartments after the coach is built is so much harder than just having them do it at the factory. This one also has a turnout. That's what the little black plastic thing that threads in there. And what that's for is, let's say you're needing to use that outlet to charge up an electric bicycle or a scooter, or you're running some type of little appliance or something outside the coach. You can actually take that black cap out, it threads out, run the cord up through the base, and then shut the door because, otherwise, if you didn't have that, then you have to leave the door open or partially open. This coach does have the 43-inch, I believe it is, Samsung, the outdoor entertainment systems of smart TVs throughout, 43-inch on the outside, and a Bose soundbar. So there's another thing that Renegade brought over from the Icon line, was putting Bose soundbars throughout. So up here on the outdoor entertainment, main living area, and back in the bedroom. Moving on down, let's talk about the keyless entry before I forget. So keyless entry, we can set this for you. We can do a 5-digit code. You can have a primary code and a backup code, but we can set all that up. The coach also has the key fob because it's got a power door here on the side, and it has power locking electric powered baggage doors. So locking baggage doors and the locking side entry door. And again, we can set all that up, explain how it works, program the code, etc. Genius idea by Justin, by the way. He asked me, why don't you just pull it inside? There's room. And I'm like, dude, genius idea. Over here is another storage bay with a 3/4 pass-through. So this has, you can see how they boxed it in underneath the frame rails. It allows you to put, the Genturi exhaust extension. That's sitting there. You know, if that wasn't that way, it would be really hard to put that exhaust extension down here. You could put lawn chairs, folding tables, stuff like that. So this is the, not the very rear storage bay on the passenger side, but the next one to it. And it has the 3/4 pass-through option. A case of spare tile comes with it. That's standard with every new Renegade. Also your slide locks. And then when we had this coach built, we also put the Genturi exhaust. That's required now by some campgrounds. If you're there and you're running the generator, you have to put that exhaust extension on it. Basically, it's just getting the fumes up and over the roof line of the coach. I had someone recently tell me that at all like NHRA sanctioned drag racing events, if you're camping there on the property, you have to have that. Otherwise, you cannot run your generator. Something else to take note of is the like the bed liner in all the storage bays. So, the standard is carpet, but the XL series will have the bed liner storage bays in all the bays. Back here on the right rear, the coach is equipped from the factory with central vac, and that's what you see there mounted to the roof of this compartment. You got a few fuses back there. I think those go to the trailer, I'm pretty sure. Some fuses to the trailer if you're towing a trailer for your turn signals and stuff. And then this is the central vac like accessory kit. So you got the central vac system. You can plug the hose into there, or there's a place under the foot of the bed. I mentioned earlier in the video the glad hand fittings, and that is what these are. So they come with it. All you would have to do is take the two little brass caps off the back and thread them on. Gen Y hitch. This hitch is really cool. You can do a 2 5/16 ball. You can put a pintle hoop on it, which the pintle hoop would set kind of right in there. Pull that back, turns it into a pintle hitch. Flip this over, makes a 2-inch hitch, and then it also is includes a little adapter that you slide into this, because this is set up at 2.5. That's what it is, but we have the adapter comes with the coach that turns it into just a normal 2-inch receiver. So if you've got a special hitch that you use in your pickup or whatever, you can slide that in and use your standard 2-inch receiver hitch. Back here on the left rear is going to be another storage bay with your transfer switch. So automatic transfer switch. It is a surge protected transfer switch, and then you've got your shore power cord, which is I think 31 feet in length. You can see I've got it extended out right now and ran over there to another cord plugged into our wall. Coach comes with a 50 to 30 amp adapter, so that's standard. You really need minimum of 30 amp to run these. There's so many electronics and stuff on these newer coaches. You really I think actually this one you can't run it on a 110 volt extension cord like you can some older campers. So 50 amp is what I would recommend, but you can reduce it down to 30. Also has the 50 amp buddy plug. So let's say you're at an event and your friend's generator dies. Well, he could stretch out his shore power cord and plug into you. Folks, it is coming. A Kentucky flood out there. Look at that. Yeah, glad I'm inside, right? 12.5 generator with a 1/10 of an hour on it. So they do run them just for a minute at the factory to make sure they run correctly, but 12,500 kW Onan diesel generator. This coach is considered an all-electric coach, so you don't have any propane on board. It's going to make heat. It's going to make everything you need to run this coach with either diesel fuel or it's going to fire the generator up, thus still burning diesel fuel, and make electricity. Next bay up, right here in front of the left rear wheel is the wet bay. So very simple. I know I say in every video how easy Renegade makes it. So 25-foot powered freshwater hose reel. You pull it out, you connect it to your water spigot at your shop, campground, whatever. If you want to fill the tank, there's two 75-gallon tanks under the bed, makes 150-gallon total fresh water. To fill the tank, you drop the valve down, put water pressure to that hose, boom, bang, done, okay? Now, if you want city water, if you're wanting to put pressure to this hose and use that pressure inside the coach, you just raise the green valve up to city water. This one is also equipped with a flow jet. That's what the little red switch is down there. That is a macerator pump. So you would pull your black tank, turn the pump on, and then you would stretch out this white hose over here, dump it into the sewer dump, and turn the black valve on. When the black valve comes on, the sewer is going to exit the coach, okay? Has a macerator pump sewer system on it. Now, common question we get is this system, what if this little pump gets clogged up or fails? What do I do? Well, you have to undo it. You just take this 3-inch hose, twist it. I guess that would be counterclockwise, so twist it to the left, pop it off, and Renegade actually, they go ahead and supply you with the hose that you need, okay? It's in this little white container. So you pop this guy out, and you can see that's just the old school. The other end of it has the little fitting on it for the 3-inch sewer connection. So there is a backup plan in place if the macerator pump ever quits. Low point drain, pressurized water spigot, whole house water filter. There's actually a brand new filter inside the coach that we will install before this one sells. So when you're putting water into the coach, it's running it through that fresh water filter. We talked about tank fill, low point drain, water, pressurized water spigot, black tank flush. That's an important one. So you can hook a hose to that. Some people will even take and just run a little jumper from here to here and do it that way, and that's fine too. But you can take and wash your black tank out. Always remember, leave that one open, and if you're putting water into the black tank, it's only going to take so much. Well, it's got a 75-gallon capacity, so if it gets up to 75 gallons, it's going to blow sewage out the vent, the plumbing vent up on the roof. Hey, how about that? So when Bad Chad and his brother John polish for us, look what else they polish. The tip on the Aquahot in the engine. I mean, why not? That's our motto here. We try to do everything just next level, and that's one more example right there, okay? Next one up, 75 gallons of black capacity, 75 gallons of gray. So your gray and black tanks are there. And then, very important bay here. So you have 1,080 amp hours of Dragonfly lithium batteries. So those are 270 amp hours a piece. Back in the day, folks, if you had 60 amp hours of batteries on your camper, that you were a big deal. You have 1,080 amp hours of lithium battery power. Dual 3,000 watt inverters. So what are the inverters doing? Well, what they're doing is while I'm plugged into shore power, they're recharging this battery bank, okay? But then if you're driving down the road and you don't have the generator on, one of these inverters will run the middle roof air conditioner without having the generator on. Super cool technology. The inverters, very, very neat how all that works, and it saves, a lot of hours on your generator. You can literally run the whole coach on the inverter. You can, on your Aquahot system, it's just taking 12-volt power and diesel fuel to make hot water or hot air for heat. Your middle roof air will run off this inverter. Your TVs run off the inverter. Your microwave runs off the inverter. The only thing in this coach that does not run off of the inverter is the dryer, like the washer and dryer. So it has a dryer. The dryer won't run off the inverter. It just draws too many amps. And the cooktop, same deal there, draws too many amps. The coach is equipped with onboard solar charger. That's what that blue thing mounted there to the roof of this compartment. So it's the solar charging controller. It's got a huge solar charging bank on the roof, and 1,080 amp hours of the Game Changer 3.0 batteries. So huge battery bank there. Next bay up, you have your engine starting battery. So if you came out and the coach was dead, you don't need to put the jump box on those. You want to charge or jump these batteries here. Comes with the air hose, has the air chuck fitting. So if the coach is running, it's going to make 120, 130-ish pounds of air. And you can use that to air a tire up, inner tube, bicycle tire, you name it. That's a cool feature. Renegade throws in the hose. One thing I want to point out, if the hydraulic leveling system ever quits, check this little breaker. So you see that's like in the trip mode when the little red arm is raised up. When you squeeze it back down, that is reset. Other than that, down here, there are a few fuses to pay attention to, like your power baggage door fuse. I think the keyless entry fuse is down there. They're all labeled, and a few fuses down there. 120 gallons of fuel underneath the door, so 120 gallons, single fill. DEF tank is here, so you've got like 20 gallons of DEF, and then 120 gallons of diesel, all right there in one spot. Under the hood, of course, I don't have to say, I normally say as clean as the top. I mean, it's a brand new coach, as expected, should be new, right? This one has the 18,000 pound steer axle, I think. I'm gonna shut the lights off too, because it's gonna beep at us. Steer axle is, 18,000. As you can see, dual 20s back there on the back. It is a true twin screw truck. So both axles, it's not a tag axle. Both axles are driving the truck on the back. 18,000 pound steer, huge hydraulic steering box with the DD16 Detroit. Produces 600 horsepower and 1,850, so 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. Little view over here of the passenger side. Everything, that gets PDI'd, and we even PDI our own product after it gets here from the factory. So we do our own test on stuff, and it's very rare for us to catch, a problem that Renegade missed. It's happened before. Hey, we're all human, right? And we make sure that that we go over them ourselves, so that when you get the coach, everything works. One thing I want to point out before I forget, the Freightliner Cascadia does have the Detroit Assurance safety package. That's what the little black box is there on the passenger side is for. Like if you're making a right-hand turn and there was someone there in your blind spot and you couldn't see them, that little thing's going to go, It is kind of annoying before you, as you're getting used to it, but I think it's there for good purpose. That's one thing with the Peterbilts is the way Peterbilt structures their ordering system and the way they classify these trucks when they go, to have like an RV body built on them, they won't put that stuff on them. So if you're looking for like the adaptive cruise system, which this Freightliner has, that's what the little black box is there above our license plate. If you're looking for the adaptive cruise, or you're looking for the safety package, you'll have to go with the Freightliner, because the Peterbilt is something that at the moment, I'm not saying it's subject to change at some point, but at the moment they do not offer that. All right, time to check out the cab. As I mentioned earlier, air ride seats, driver and passenger, both seats do swivel, and at some point here in the video we'll put a picture up, probably when we go inside, of how the seats look when they're swiveled around. So it is a full walk-through cab. I don't have any of the lights on in the back, but you can see if you stand up out of the driver's seat, it's all the way up. Okay, you don't have to duck down and squirm around to get out. I'm gonna just go ahead and fire it up for a second. 565 original miles on this one, so very, very low miles. It is a new coach. That's just going to be delivery miles only. I'll show you there. 565. It's got the Freightliner Run Smart system. It does have all the tire pressure monitoring systems, active brake assist, side guard, lane departure warning, and the adaptive cruise control. You can see the seats have the perforation on them. That's for the heat and AC seats. It's got the little Garmin screen, so you can actually pop that off. It's on a magnetic docking mount. You can pop that off, hand it to your passenger, let them key in the coordinates of where you're going. You can pull up like campgrounds. You can pull up fuel, so much stuff. Really, really cool, as you can kind of see on there. Your screen is above, so right now we are looking at the ground because the hood is open, so that's a view of the ground, but you can change it to rear. You could change it to like a split screen where it's going to show front, rear, and the sides. Very, very cool there on the cameras. Up here, the CB radio, Cobra, factory installed. It's another, I think, $300 on the build sheet, but why not, right? Smart steering wheel controls. You can change the volume, set your cruise and stuff up here. This little knob is for the gain on your electric brakes if you're towing a trailer, okay? I'll shut this back off just so you can hear me a little better. So your electric trailer brake gain is that little knob. It's a Kurt product. The manual for it of how to use it is included with the coach. You wouldn't believe how many times I've got a phone call on a coach that we sold, and this is probably right about the time I started doing these videos, maybe a little before, and they'll go, hey, the underglow lights keep changing colors. And I'm like, what? Yeah, there's this knob on the dash, the underglow lights. I'm driving down the road and it's blue and it's red, and I'm like, bud, that's the electric, like the gain for the electric trailer brakes. Oh, okay. So, anyways, yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. Your normal yellow, you'll press that to release the brakes to drive. You'll only use the red if you're towing an air ride or air brake trailer. It does have factory differential locks, air suspension dump, and then this is a little switch that goes from trailer to hitch. So if you're pulling a trailer, it'll pick up the back of the trailer. Both original sets of keys, obviously, brand new coach. Both come with it. One's in the ignition here. The other set's back there on the counter, or the dinette tables. So, all right. I feel like I'm missing something. Well, maybe that covered it. Something I wanted to bring up. We are a King HD shocks dealer now. We've had customers who have put them on, or had us put them on, and we have been told a noticeable difference. So we're going to start stocking those. So if you're interested in a pair of the King HD shocks, give me a call. I'm going to hook you up with Dustin in our parts department, and he will take mighty good care of you. We talked about the outdoor entertainment, full awning. I'll be able to run the awnings out. I was sick to say I wouldn't be able to in here, but yep. Again, glad I'm in here and not out there. All right, bear with me. I'm going to, let's do travel mode. Okay, almost forgot. Before I run the slides out, I want to show you, if you're going down the road in this coach, I want to show you what it's going to look like with, we're going to do front master on. There we go. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like going down the road with the slides in, obviously. The Chase Coach entry mount. All right, so quad slide, which means a little more limited room as you drive down the road. So come in mid-entry, okay? Shoes off in the new coach, right? Respect for the detail crew. They're amazing. I don't want to make them mad. So right here from the passenger side, where the kitchen's at, to the dinette, okay? The dinette booth, probably a foot, maybe 15, 16 inches. The tightest part, okay, is going to be right here. Got about 8 inches. That's from the theater seats to the little sofa love seat over here. So about 8 inches. I mean, I can do it. It's not hard. All the way to the cab. Let me turn around and we'll give you a view going back that direction. So again, about 8 inches. Okay. Get up here between the booth dinette and the kitchen counter. 15, 16, 15, 16, 2-3 feet, and a couple feet here in the hallway. Now, you can access the half bath. Let me kick the lights on in here. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. Yep, so you can access the half bath without running the slides out. You have a toilet, a little sink, vanity. I love the accent lighting. All the lighting, actually. Whoever designed the lighting in these new XLs, you deserve a raise, my friend. Very classy, very cleanly done. All right, so that's travel mode. I always like showing that. It's one of the biggest questions we get. If I forget, it'll be the first question. What's it look like in travel mode? I can't wait to show you the huge windows in this coach, too. All right, stick around. I'm going to run the slides out, and we're going to finish this one up. Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales, chasecoach.com for all the photos. Thanks for watching. I'll be right back. I'm going to have to be honest with you. I kind of like the videos here in the shop. Typically, there's so much stuff setting in this area, though, it would be just a huge ordeal to move it all. We've actually got 2 coaches leaving tomorrow, and so we cleaned out this area to do our deliveries in. All right, slides are out. I got you a little UK blue underglow lighting. It's got the slide out accent lighting. You can change the colors. Got your outdoor entertainment. Cool thing about the TV too is it's on a magnetic mount, and you can see how it swings out. So I've got that set up, got your cooler out. Just picture it. Just close your eyes and picture where are you going to be? Are you camping at the beach? Are you at the NASCAR race? Are you at the National Final Rodeo out in Vegas? Got to come up with a plan. Life is short. Get out there and enjoy it, right? Got the awnings rent out. So dual pitch Girard awnings. There's 2 of them. It looks like 1 awning because that's just how good Renegade is with getting them lined up. But no, that's 2 awnings. I've got the scene lighting on so you can see the big high-powered LED light there. And then you got another one of those, actually a couple of them over here on this side. View of the driver's side here. So opposing slides up front and in the back. I'm going to show you the lights. Oh, yeah. The party lights. Again, one of my favorite parts of this 2025 XL is the big windows. And I feel like that changes the whole dynamic of the coach on the inside when you're in it. And you're going to see here in a second. When you have those huge picture windows, oh my gosh, it looks good. Anytime Renegade paints these too, they put Diamond Shield. You can see the little logo there, and it's just the clear film, okay? It's paint protection film, PPF, so it's on the lower bumper. It's on the nose, so it actually goes all around the headlight. It stops right here. I don't know if you can kind of see that little, there you go. I can see it's picking up, but there's a little line there. We've had some customers buy these and go ahead and have the rest of the hood and like the whole cap up there done. But Renegade does put it on from the factory on the very front to help protect the paint as you make your way down the road. All right, it is interior time. Gotta make sure I got all the lights on too. Newer style step with the heavy-duty Challenger door. So on the XL, it's a little different step than they put on the Classic Series. Has the solid surface entryway with the little kind of fabric style inserts. The famous Chase Coach entry mat. You know, I've had people call recently wanting to buy those. And we sell them. I mean, I kind of like it. All right. There we go. Over here, mid-entry, you got like a little island area with some storage. Kitchen, love the big stainless sink. Comes with the wood cutting board and the little like drip rack with a place to kind of strain the water off or whatever. Huge stainless sink. I like the drain over to one side too. I think that's cool. You can do you can cut up some vegetables or whatever, and you know if there's any juice, it gets in this little outside and runs and goes right down there. How cool is that? Has like a Subway style, kind of smaller tile, and I think that's called the gloss gray, I believe. 2-burner true induction cooktop. Comes with a free 10-piece stainless set of cookware too. So we're throwing that in on our dime. So we're going to give you that. I know you're going, yeah, you're buying a $700,000 coach, bro, and you're throwing in a, $250 set of cookware. I know, but every little bit counts, so that's on us. Black stainless appliances by Samsung. Okay, so black stainless convection microwave oven, a big one too. So you can do your normal microwave function, or you can set it on bake and bake a cake, pan a lasagna. I use those two as references all the time. I got to come up with something that sounds better than that, right? TV's down in here. So the TV counter sinks down in that cabinet. Got a big window there behind it. I would recommend driving with it down, because if you need to look over your right shoulder, if you're driving and you look over your right shoulder, you might use that window. Little screen here. I'm going to press up. The TV's going to come up out of there. All the outlets in the Renegades too, you'll notice, have the USB-C and the standard 110, and then the regular USB. Up here in the cab, heated and cooled. I know I mentioned a couple times, but that's a neat feature. Air ride driver and passenger seating. Full walk-through cab. So let me give you a view. See the floor, see the seating all the way to the top. She's a full walk-in and set-down cab. Okay, has the privacy curtain, so this little curtain goes around. There's an aluminum track, and so you got a left and right or driver and passenger side of that. All right, now for the windows. You're like, show me those windows. All you've done is talked about them. Okay, so for the windows, anytime you see like Prevost buses, Newell Coach, you know, the guys that are selling the big high-end buses like that, what is the one thing that stands out? It's always, to me, it's big windows. So Renegade, you know, they're targeting a lot of that same clientele with this coach. Look at the windows in this bad boy. Two huge ones here behind the dinette and the theater seating. Good natural lighting that comes in. And of course you have the day and night shade. So the day shade is like the little perforated. It's manual. The night shade, however, is on a remote. So it's digital, okay? So day and night shades throughout. Huge, huge, huge windows. The dinette seats 4 people comfortably and has the nice quartz countertops in it. 2 sets of keys, all original. The remotes, the chassis manual, engine manual, all the touch-up paint, the lube for the slide out, all the original Renegade manuals. Very neatly organized, and a new fresh water filter, which we're going to install. A couple little cup holders there I want to point out with some outlets. So if you need to charge your phone, something like that, you can put them there. And then the theater seating, all Villa furniture, by the way, in this new XL. So Villa, in my opinion, one of the higher grades of RV furniture. Flex Steel was probably my pick back in the day. Flex Steel and Villa were very close as far as quality, which Flex Steel's no longer a player in that game. They, when COVID hit, they got really busy in the housing industry. I'm sure some things changed with, you know, employees and just a lot of, you know, the COVID deal. I don't have to explain. And so anyways, Flex Steel got out of the RV manufacturing on the furniture, and Villa's up there now. I'm going to say at the top. So powered theater seating with a little USB deal already built in. So you just come down here and press the button and you can see it moving out. So it's an out and down. So is the part that the foot there of the chair that your legs are going to rest on, is it comes out, the back cushion kind of comes down, and that keeps it from rubbing the wall. Couple cup holders, a little place for your TV remotes and such, little storage bay there. This is cool. So this is the wood piece that covers up the steps, and it's got a deal engraved in it that says Renegade, home is where you park it. Isn't that true? All right, over here to the fridge, one of the cooler fridges in the industry. Got to take out the little magnetic mounts there. We'll set those. Oh, before I forget, there is storage. I want to show you that. So you can see Villa, there's a pull-out drawer there and on the other side. All right, you've got to tell your friends that you have a TV that has have a TV. You have a fridge with a TV in it, okay? Lots of little things you can do there. One thing that's cool on this side is you can open it. Let me close this other one and show you. So you can open the left side here. It's got like a water dispenser, so you can put your cup under there and get water, or you can take this out. I like that. Very cool. Put some drinks up here. But now if you close that, you actually can open the whole thing up, and of course there's the back side. It felt like a magician just then. It seemed like there was a little magic in that. Anyways, big refrigerator. Samsung has the pull-out freezer down here, and then another one down here. You can also, this one's already, well, it's already got some ice in it. So a little ice scoop makes ice right there for you. I like it. I like it. Black stainless appliances on the fridge and over there on the microwave. This one has the dishwasher, so sometimes you can order this with a drawer here, but this one we did have the dishwasher put in, so that's there. TV, 55-inch Samsung Smart TV there. And moving on back, kind of midways here, across from the half bath, you have a huge storage. By the way, this is the burnished sable cabinet color with a high gloss finish. I am a huge fan of the high gloss. Some people don't like it. I love it. Dovetail drawers, again, typical Renegade stuff, typical quality from them. Soft close drawers, like you can see when you shut that. See it there? So no slamming the drawers. Little storage area there with some of the wiring and stuff behind it. Down here's your 2 breaker panels. One's going to be your main feed. One's going to be your inverted inverter panel. Half bath, I showed you earlier, Sani Marin macerator toilets. Little sink there in the half bath. Medicine cabinet with a mirror and some storage. Both baths have a vented fan up there above them. Your screen, so your touch screen, you can download the app on your phone and basically pick up this whole screen from your phone as well, but little touch screen there. Washer and dryer mid-coach, so you can see the washing machine is there, and then the dryer is up here. I love the new doors, so this is kind of a comment on the Renegade now. That new door, the new pocket doors, used to, it was the ones that were magnetic. Those were good. This is, to me, way better. And I used to see that latch like in Integra Coach. A couple different brands used to use that, and I'm glad to see that Renegade is using it now. King size bed, again, 150 gallons of water underneath the bed, so 2 big 75-gallon tanks. You can see all the accent lighting around the bed, little storage above it. All those windows have shades too, so you can do the day shade or the night shade. You got a shade on each side of the bed so you can see beside you. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you can also open that one and look behind you. Nightstands on each side. RV King, let me specify that, 66 by 80 on the bed size, bigger than a queen, smaller than a normal king. So RV King, and each nightstand has its own little outlet with the charging ports. Big wardrobe, lots of space, cedar lined closet over here, 43-inch Samsung TV. So the cedar lined closet has a clothing rod, and it runs full length all the way to the other side. Now, let me show you. This is something that was adapted a couple years ago now, but it's just such a cool idea. So it allows you to access the closet without opening this door and putting the clothing on the rod and shoving it down or trying to reach up in there and grab what you're looking for. So this whole thing, the TV, literally, the TV and the Bose sound bar swings out on this mount. Very, very cool, like that. You've got another couple ways to access it down here with these two doors. Now, down on the bottom, you have 3 drawers, okay? They're full depth, and then up here you have a couple doors, and then over there's like a little clear door for your audio system. One thing I want to show you under the bed, very clean how they do it. So 2 75-gallon water tanks. Your water pump is there. You can see the little AquaHot radiators, and then if you want to dump the water, you have a 1.5 inch or maybe 2-inch gated valve there. Very easy to dump the water. Very simple. All right, time for the master bath. First of all, another sliding pocket door here to separate the master bath from the master bedroom. And you know me, I love showing you the showers. And look at the shower and the rain head on this thing. It's nicer than what I have in my house. So big deal there. Very nice. Has the teakwood folding seat. I love the drain in the center. It looks like a new modern home in my opinion. Now this latch is much better. You've probably seen the old style latch. To me, this works a lot better. And you know what the cool thing is? When you gas on the coach, if by chance you forgot and didn't latch it before you took off, which this is a major thing that needs to be on your checklist before you drive. Make sure the shower door is latched. But let's say you forgot. Well, when you gas on it, the door goes this way and clicks in. I don't know. I just was actually thought about that just now. So like that. You can see the sink in the little vanity area. Another Sani Marin macerator toilet. Has a cool little drawer too that kind of pulls. Again, the RV people, whoever designs this stuff, if they see a space or a place a cabinet could go, I'm gonna promise you they're putting one there. More storage there, little backsplash to match everything. Accent lighting you can see underneath the countertop. So heated floors, that's something I haven't mentioned. The coach does have dual zone heated floors, front and back. 3 AC units. It's equipped with Starlink satellite internet, so that's already on it. We can help you get that set up. We can help set up your network, your password. We'll do all that here. We'll set up the keyless entry for you. We also do any of the warranty repairs if you need. If you buy this coach from us and you have anything warranty related and you're from this area, you can bring it here. If not, we can help source a mobile tech to come on site and repair it. And if that doesn't work, then we'll try to work with your, the nearest dealer to you, or back to the factory, or whatever. But we're fairly close to the Renegade factory. We're only about 6 hours from them, so we would love just to take care of it right here. I think that's all. We covered a lot of ground there. So thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it. Keep in mind, we buy, we sell, we trade, we do some consignments, financing available, we deliver nationwide, and would love to earn your business. So Chase Motorsports, Coach and Trailer Sales, your Renegade dealer in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. ChaseCoach.com for all the pictures. Have a great one. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.